Our Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya has maintained that the deployment of the Kenya Defense Forces KDF during last year's Gen Z protest was constitutional. Tuya was speaking while appearing before the Senate to respond to questions regarding the performance of her department, where senators further questioned her on the wake of police brutality witnessed during the demonstrations and injuries which led to deaths of many youth.
What measures has the ministry put in place to ensure that future involvement of KDF in addressing instability or civilian unrest is timely to avert civilian deaths that may arise from the shortcomings of the National Police Service, as was witnessed during the June, July and August 2024 demonstrations?
In response to questions from Kisumu Senator Tom Ojenda concerning the role of the Kenya Defense Forces during the Gen Z demonstrations, Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya asserted that the soldiers were operating within the framework of the law and performed their duties as required during the events in June, July and August of the previous year 2024.
Tom Ojenda.
Addressing the involvement and actions showcased by KDF in assisting the National Police Service to restore peace, Tuya defended the soldiers, stating that legally they were under the command of the Inspector General of Police. She further emphasized that despite this, the soldiers were protected by legal provisions that govern their conduct.
Internal security needs of the state and the sanctity of civilians' lives when dealing with internal instability or unrest. There is a code of conduct that must be adhered to, which details the operational procedures and regulation.
When questioned about measures her ministry put in place to address the issue of KDF's brutality when deployed to bring about peace and security, Tuya shared her insights, reinforcing that steps are being taken to ensure proper conduct and accountability.
The KDF is structured to ensure continuous state of mission readiness, allowing for swift and effective response to both external and internal threats when the need arises. However, in its participation in internal security operations, these are carefully guided by the Constitution and the KDF Act, which specify notifications through gazette notice, authorization to be sought prior to the deployment, and the mandatory reports to be furnished to the National Assembly.
Additionally, during the same session, Cabinet Secretary for Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, Eric Muuga, was tasked to provide statistics on landowners of the Lower Kuja irrigation project in Nyatike, Migori County, who had allocated their land for irrigation purposes and were yet to receive their payments.
Honorable Speaker, I would request to be given more time so that I give a comprehensive list and comprehensive, well-thought answers to the honorable members and the country at large.
The Lower Kuja irrigation project has faced challenges, including allegations of land grabbing without appropriate compensation and delays in the implementation of the project.
You're here for purposes.
Ocheng Cynthia, KUTV.